Welcome to the Watto's Workshop podcast. This is the second episode. Today we're going to be talking a bit about The Mandalorian and Season 2, Episode 2 that just came out this morning. It was a really good episode and I really enjoyed it. We'll get into that soon. I have some thoughts on it. It was fun. First off, I just want to say thank you for the support on the last episode that came out on YouTube. And saying it meant a lot and that it was really cool. It made my day. Also, if you don't know, that we are now on Spotify and Apple Music and Google Playlists and all that stuff. Google Podcast. If you're listening to this on one of those podcast services, so you already know that. But if you're on YouTube watching it in video format, maybe go check it out if you want to listen to it while not watching something. So yeah, that's something cool. I feel very official. I feel like an official podcast now. So thanks so much. Let's just get into it. So we started off on Tatooine. Again, we saw those characters. It was started off good. I really like that frog lady. It was also, I felt like, I'm going to sound like a grade 4, but I felt like the overall story of this episode was about like family. I don't know if I think right, but I think it's going to be interesting. I think maybe I can't wait to see if we're going to find new Mandalorians. Okay, so now that I'm thinking, sorry. So if you haven't seen the first podcast and this is the first one you're talking, I basically just come up here after watching it and record. So I have a lot of stuff in my head after watching, so it's a lot of you're following the thought process with me. So the person, and I can never forget her name, and I always say I'll learn it, and now I can't. Tatooine girl Mandalorian. Let's see if we can find it. If it'll load. No, that's not it. Whatever. Sorry. I'll figure. I think it's there. But we start off there. She says that she found someone that knows that there's Mandalorians on another planet, and that she'll take them, but in return she has to bring her because of the eggs, right? Which is kind of cool. It's kind of a cool idea. The frog person was such kind of awesome. I loved Baby Yoda eating the eating the eggs. Also, how did she not notice? Right? Like, you think you have these precious eggs, you'd notice if there was like 8 gone. But whatever. Baby Yoda was adorable in this episode. But then they go, they start the ship and they get stopped by New Republic X-Wings, played by Dave Filoni. He's back. He played an X-Wing pilot last season, and now he's playing one this season. It's the same. I think I looked it up, and the X-Wing pilot's name is Trapper Wolf, which is amazing because, like, first of all, if your name is Trapper Wolf, holy man, free pass to anything. Trapper Wolf, best name ever. Like, you could just saying your name is Trapper Wolf, instant free anything. You go up to a car dealership. Hey, so we just need a name for the legal papers. Oh yeah, Trapper Wolf. Oh, okay, never mind. You can just take so pro tip, legally change your name to Trapper Wolf. But also because Dave Filoni, infamous for loving the wolf pack, and it's Dave Filoni and the wolf pack. It's Commander Wolf, like Trapper Wolf. It's pretty sick. That is a sick name. Yeah, sorry. And I feel like the other New Republic pilot is gonna be a director or a writer or someone, right? Because last time, and I don't have my phone because I'm using my phone to record. But last time the Resistance pilots that they that blew up the ship, right, on that episode where they went to the prison, were they were all directors of episodes. One of them was the director for Kenobi. Another one was like they were all directors. So I'm guessing that the other guy that was with Dave Filoni is someone. I could be wrong, but that's just my guess. Also, if you want to be in Star Wars, just become a director, because you get like a cajillion rules and you can just be whoever you want and no one can stop you. Well, but no one's going to say anything because everyone loves you. Everyone loves Dave Filoni. So, yeah, just easy way in. Want to become part of canon in Star Wars? Just become a director of a series of probably the biggest series of all time. So really not hard. Not a challenge at all. But no, so that was pretty cool. And also if you recognized that it was the same, if you recognized that it was the same fighter pilot, then you would have recognized that, like, he was the pilot that would have seen the Razor Crest before, right? So that's why. But that moment where they're like, do you mind just switching to the other comms? And then they switch and you just look over and their foils are in attack position. Like, just turn it. That was amazing. That was an awesome moment. Yeah, so they're going, and I forgot, I don't think we know the name of the planet, so it wasn't Ilum. So pretty much everyone was wrong, including me. I thought that was going to be Ilum, but it's not. And, yeah. That's okay. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe there's... No, it's not him. I'm not sure. It's possible that they mentioned it. What happens next? So they crash land. They wake up because they were knocked unconscious, and they have to go find the person's eggs. And I really wish I had a name. Or I'm gonna call her Frog Lady. They had to go find Frog Lady's eggs. And he finds out that Baby Yoda was eating them, which, that was such an adorable moment. But also, like, Baby Yoda was kind of gross in this episode. No, but, so, what happens after that? So, they're trying to, and then he tries to start, something, and then they try and start fixing the ship. And then there's that whole, so basically he starts fixing the ship. It looks pretty, like, I'm going to be interested to see, because I think we're definitely going to see in the next episode, because we saw in that trailer where he looks, like where he looks like he's, where he looks like he's, sorry, I just had a thing, my sister and my brother and my dad and my mom are in the background, so if you hear a lot of if you hear talking, it's just them, but, sorry, but this ship, I'm interested, because we saw in the trailer that shot where he, like, comes into he comes out of, I don't know if hyperspace, but it's, like, super damaged, and that looks like he was going towards a planet. May have been in that, maybe I missed it, but I wonder, I'm interested to see how he repairs it, right? Okay, sorry. I just had a theory. That was a long pause. You probably thought the audio cut out. But I'm thinking, coming up with theories as we speak. Sorry. So, I wonder how he's going to fix the ship. But, sorry, my theory, let me tell you my theory. I think that we're going to see Bo-Katan or Sabine in the next episode. And my logic for that is, she said that there was Mandalorians on that planet, and that the planet was the only place inhabitable for her. But then like she's a frog, right? So obviously water. So I think I think it's possible that water planet that we thought was Mon Cala in the trailer, it's possible that maybe that's the planet she's talking about, and that person in the trailer that we saw is possibly a Mandalorian. It's maybe not because of the helmet, but we know Sabine took, like, if that's Sabine, then we know Sabine took her helmet off, right? So I think that, I think we're going to see Bo-Katan in that group soon. I think we're going to see Sabine in there. That's my theory. And yeah, so I think it's not going to be Mon Cala. I think it's going to be collective. And maybe we'll see a bunch more, people, the Mandalorians that we recognize too. Because also, if it's Bo-Katan, then maybe she's, maybe Ursa Wren is there, maybe, unless she died in the I don't know. It would be it's going to be interesting to see if we recognize anyone that survives. So I think that's what that is, that planet. Yeah. Unless, did they mention the planet? Because maybe then it is, it's possible that maybe they mentioned the planet and it still is Mon Cala, but that's where they are, because, it makes sense if it's, a frog, the only planet near them that's inhabitable for her, right? So that makes sense, unless they mention it, but I think that planet that we saw is going to be that planet, and I think we're going to find a lot of Mandalorians there. So, near theory, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong about Ilum. So, well, I'm wrong on a lot of theories. But that's the fun of theories. Yeah, so I'm not sure if this happens before or after, but she says, oh, you have to do everything you can to get me to the planet that may or may not be Mon Cala. But he's like, no, we're gonna be lucky if we survive nightfall. And then, as she wakes, but she hacks, I forget, I want to say his name is Z6 or Z9, Mandalorian. Sorry, I'm just typing it up for the audio listeners. Yeah, so it's possible that she... No, sorry, not possible. So she hacks it, and then she, she's saying that, it was part of the Mandalorian code. She convinces him to, not give up, basically. And he goes to fix the ship. And then Baby Yoda comes over with, an adorable Baby Yoda moment. The droid's name is Q90, or Q90. Oh, Q90. I'm gonna say Q9. So I think, so then, she escapes. Baby Yoda has an adorable moment where he's kind of pointing, and then we see the shot in the trailer that we thought was gonna maybe have a bit more, where Boba and, no, Boba, oh my gosh, Mando and, Baby Yoda are looking over, we saw that shot in the trailer, and everyone was thinking, oh, they're gonna see maybe a Jedi, or they're gonna see an entrance to Ilum or something, but it's not. They were just looking at tracks. So they go, and they see that she's in, a hot spring, and she's trying to warm up the eggs so that they don't freeze, and Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda has that adorable moment where he's looking at, he's trying to take one, and Mando's like, no, don't. But it's awesome. And we really got to see Mando kind of become a dad. We're really getting to see him become a father. Oh, I missed the first part of. Can backtrack. That first part of the episode where we see him on Tatooine, and he's and he's like speeding, and then those people set up the trap and they almost kill Baby Yoda, and you can see like, right, he's well, he has like a boss moment, but then he like he stabs no, he stabs, but he gives him the jetpack, and then he uses the remote control, which was an awesome moment. But so yeah, we really got to see Mando really like step into the role of being a father. This episode, sorry, and I think that's definitely something that a lot of people wanted to see because, the progression of Mando has been insane, right? In the first episode that we met him, he was like this cold-hearted, cold-blooded killer, right? And he met Baby, like, you can just see kind of the goodness inside of him in every episode start to become more and more. It's like a Grinch. He's like a Grinch, basically. Except he's a murderous Grinch. Yeah, and soon his heart's gonna become way too big. But no, so we're really getting to see him, become and care about people around him and care about, respect people and not just care about money or about, about jobs. It's right, which is a really cool, and I think Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and all the directors and writers over there have really done a good job at with Mando's story arc, right? You can tell that there's a lot of love. Well, sorry, you can tell that there's a lot of care going into all of these characters, and there's a lot of love. And that's another point that I wanted to talk about in this episode was the amount of, like... So I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to, like, word it kind of right. You can tell that these episodes have so much love that's being put into them. Right? Like, I didn't like the prequels, but you can, even if you like the prequels, I didn't like the prequels. I didn't like the sequels. Wow, okay. I need caffeine or something, I don't know. No, I didn't like the sequels, even if you like the sequels, which is totally fine, I get what you do, you have to admit that they were very... You could tell that it was a corporation making them, right? Which doesn't mean that a corporation can't make bad movies, but it didn't... With any of the sequels, I didn't get that feeling of love being put into it. I kind of got it with Rogue One, right? You could tell, but there's just so much so many details that Dave Filoni, that the people over at Mandalorian are putting in that we haven't seen from Disney, right? I don't think J.J. Abrams knows what a crate pearl or crate dragon pearl is. I don't think they, right? Like, I don't think that they know all this stuff, and that's not to say that that doesn't mean that they're not good at writing or directing. I just mean that the people who are making this now, making Mandalorian, are putting care. They're doing research. They're saying, like, okay, people really like Baby Yoda. Let's make some cute, adorable Baby Yoda moments, but let's also make some very character developing moments, right? Same with Mando. People want to see Mando blow up everything, but also let's make sure that we put in moments for that he's not, right? Like, so it sounds like basic character development, but I didn't get that feeling out of Rise of Skywalker, pretty much any of the sequels. You can tell that they've really planned everything out, right? Right, you can tell that they're not winging it because the story's way too cohesive, right? All the episodes feel like they're part of they're a story, right? And all the episodes feel like I've never felt in there's like I don't think I've ever felt a point in Mando where I have felt like this felt out of place. That's a lot of felt. But every episode feels like it should belong, even if it's new, right? Even if this was a new kind of type of episode, right? Less action, like, right? And some episodes are more like than others, and some are but and some have more action, some have more, character development, but they all feel like they're part of the same series, where if you look at the sequels, 7 doesn't feel like 8 kind of feels like it should follow 7. 9 just completely fell off the board, right? And I'm not going to go into too much of the problems with the sequels, because I know that, I'm not going to go nitpick stuff, because I know that, people who like them are tired, right? It's everything's been said, but I feel like I can just really tell things like R5D4, right? But little things like his motivator and his and Anakin's pod racing engine and Cobb Vanth. I don't think J.J. Abrams knows who Cobb Vanth is, right? And that's not a problem. I'm not saying that just because he doesn't know some Star Wars things, he can't be good at Star Wars directing, but I feel like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and all the people over there are doing extra work to make sure that the story feels good, right? And I think also that Disney's kind of realized that they were doing something right. This is, in my opinion, Disney Star Wars' biggest success, right? The Mandalorian, I feel like, is their biggest win yet. And I think that I have a feeling that they're just letting Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and the directors that they've brought in, writers, just do their thing, right? At least that's what I would do. Is if they write something and it just is so well received, and we know from you said that Kathleen Kennedy didn't have much to do with it, I would just let it go. Just say, okay, you did a really good job. Now I'm going to do the same thing, right? I want to know what you're going to do. I would like you to come up with 2 things that we can make a lot of we can make some profits off of, but just do your thing and make it good. And I think that's the result that it's been having. I feel like there was too many politics involved in the sequels, right? I don't know if it was sometimes it was money, or there was no plans, and then they just kind of took Palpatine, which they said that was going to be, they lied about saying it was always going to be in the script. He was always meant to be there from the beginning, and then Ian McDiarmid said no, he got the call hey, we were just thinking, and then Daisy Ridley came out and said it changed constantly. So, right, we know that there was a lot of politics and stuff, so I think they should just, and it's been going great, right? The Mandalorian is different from pretty much any Disney Star Wars we've seen, right? And it's been loved. It's been hugely acclaimed. It turned so many people on to Star Wars. I have people in my class from last year that knew I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and said, hey, I've been watching The Mandalorian. I haven't seen, I've only watched a couple of the movies, but it looks great. I love it so much, and it got one of my friends really into Star Wars, and that's amazing, right? Because I love that they've created something that has really drawn everyone in, and really made the fan base bigger, but also like right, but like created something that a lot of people love. So that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say on that. It's yeah, I'm really liking the Mandalorian so far. So yeah, so where are we now? She was in the Frog Lady was in the hot springs, with her eggs. Those eggs were kind of like they looked a lot. They were kind of cool. This is gonna sound really gross. I wonder what they, I wonder what they tasted like. It's kind of a gross state, but also like they looked like boba from bubble tea. So I'm wondering if, but oh god, but the meat. Oh, never mind. Ugh. 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 I should not have done that. And then so we see an Baby Yoda who just really just wants eggs? Question mark. Just I guess really does Yoda eat that stuff? Right? I wonder because we never really saw Jedi eating. We saw clones eating. We saw that they had provisions, but there's so many. Yeah, that's actually interesting because there's so many different species of Jedi. In the mess hall, do you think it was like a cafeteria? Did the Jedis have a cafeteria where they just had? Did Yoda eat eggs, but not like normal eggs? Like, oh, that's gross. Okay, we're wrecking childhood heroes over here. Oh, that's disgusting. Maybe that's just something that other species eat. Anyways, he goes and eats an egg, and Easter egg alert. That's amazing. An egg of an Easter egg. I'm gonna bring it in. Those spiders that we saw, they are called Kryknas, and they were in Fallen Order, and they were in Fallen Order, and they were in Rebels. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, they're called If you've seen Rebels, you know the episodes where they had to like defend their base from those monsters. Those were Kryknas, and then if you played Fallen Order, I believe they were in Fallen Order, right? Weren't they those? I'm just looking it up. Weren't they those? Ones on Kashyyyk, right? Those like spiders that you had to verse. I'm pretty sure that they were. So Easter egg alert. Krykna Mandalorian. No, I want Krykna Fallen Order. I'm sorry, I'm just typing it in for all the audio listeners. So that was pretty cool to see. That big one was really gross. Krykna Fallen Order. Sorry, that big one was really. The big one was really big. Wow. Oh no. Okay, never mind. They were different. It looks like they were different spiders in Fallen Order. My bad. I wonder maybe if they're the same sub. Okay, never mind. So the ones that we saw were not from Fallen Order. They are from Star Wars Rebels. That was pretty cool. So wow, they can survive in a lot of different. Those spiders are pretty cool. Like obviously they're gross, but they like the planet that the Star Wars they had in Star Wars Rebels was pretty warm. It looks like a fairly warm private, so they can survive in like extreme cold and warmth, right? That's pretty sick. Random fact of the day: the spiders are called Kryknas, and they are now in the Mandalorian and in Rebels. There you go. We're learning stuff on this podcast. So yeah, we saw those spiders and they were attacking. The Mandalorian has a very good shot. Like he was like running and he was just shooting and he was hitting pretty much all of his shots. And he threw those he threw those detonator those bombs. What are they called? Like oh my gosh! If you're watching, you're probably shouting at your screen. I'm just gonna call them bombs. They threw charges. I guess he threw charges, down and it shattered and it killed or it stunned, knocked on. It took the spider out of the equation for a bit. There we go. No, but it came in. That's a night. Ugh. It reminded me a lot of if you've seen Harry Potter, in the second book in the Chamber of Secrets, when Ron and Harry are going to see Aragog, and they're all is like spiders. Oh, it's actually almost like that. There's one leading spider and then a whole bunch of little and medium spiders. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. They're absolutely destroying the ship. He flamethrowers all of them, which I would not want to clean that up. That's going to be gross. But I guess they'll probably fall out in space, right? Because he's going to pressurize the cabin. So all the spider bodies will just fall out in space. And scare people. Can you imagine if you're just flying, like let's say we're flying, you're just going about your day, and then all of a sudden like 10 spider carcasses just out of nowhere just flap your window. That was a really loud clap. I don't know if you could hear that, but that would be scary. That would be destroyed. And they're all burnt. Oh, never mind. The Gross Podcast, where we inadvertently talk about Yoda eating eggs and burned spider carcasses. Yay. No, but so they'll be all gone, and then Baby Yoda's almost about to get eaten by spiders, and the frog lady shoots. There's such good shots on that ship. Wow, cause she hit all. I think her blaster looked like it was like it just had 4 shots in it. I could be wrong, but she hit all her shots, and I didn't count, I was looking to see if he missed anything. I didn't see him miss any shots. So I guess if you want to be safe, hang out with a bunch of Mandalorians and frogs. So there you go. Another pro tip. Baby Yoda is adorable. Oh my gosh. I'm just thinking to all the cute Baby Yoda moments, and while I was saying that, he is so cute. And then they go, and then the big, they're about to go up, the ship's moving, and then that big spider comes down, and then they get blasted by the X-Wings, by Trapper Wolf and the other guy. You know what? We're gonna make a name for that guy. His name's gonna be... What's, the most 1990s Disney movie, look, I'm a cool guy, turns out I'm a superhero, Well, Trapper Wolf, so maybe, Blaze. I'm gonna go with Blaze. What's his last name? Blaze Blee. Yes. Okay, there we go. Trapper Wolf and Blaze Blee. Oh my gosh, we need to get that canon. Okay, can you imagine? That needs to be a spin-off show or a comic. The Trapper and the Blee. Yes. Or Trapper Wolf and Blaze Blee. Whoa. Wow, best squadron ever. The Blee squadron, the Trap. No, okay, never mind. But his name's Blaze Blee. He will forever be known on this page as Blaze Blee. If a canon name comes out for him, don't go onto the fandom art, the Wikipedia article, and just write. He was also known as Blaze Blee because, oh my gosh, we need that. That would be amazing. But one thing that I noticed, they're saving him. First of all, the blasters sound different. Come on, guys. They sounded like stormtrooper blasters. Ugh. Also, they didn't miss any shots. I was looking. They were shooting, and I was looking because they sounded like stormtrooper blasters. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like a storm someone, and then I see them, and I'm like, what? You misled me. No. Okay, but I think that it's possible that Blaze Blee's helmet was so cool. But Dave Filoni's helmet, it looked gray, so there's a chance that maybe there's like wolf things on it. If there is, that's so sick. Wait, we're gonna look up New Republic pilots The Mandalorian. I want to see if it's a director. If it was a direct. No. Yes. Okay. Wait. Oh. So Maldo Kreis. That it seems like the ship the world that they crashed on is Maldo Kreis. No. Okay. That's a different. Oh wait. Never mind. That's a different. Never mind. That's from a different thing. I thought that was gonna be them. No, but so if I'll put it on my Instagram, on the Instagram, Watto's Workshop Pod. But if I can find the name of the person, we're gonna make a petition or something to get it changed to Blaze Blee, because we need that. That is amazing. Yes, that is perfect. Okay, Blaze. You know what? If the podcast ever takes off and we're making merch, Blaze Blee. Yeah, no, but it also doesn't. It was also cool because this helmet's awesome. So I'll try and figure that out. Yeah, no. So they seemed kind of cool, and then they just kind of left him to die. But he didn't, or did they know that his ship was working? Do you think they know that his ship was working? Because it looked like he was, It looked like Mando was like, can I use some help? And they're like, no. And then they go. So his ship is definitely working, but did they know that? Like, that big spider could have taken out all their engines. Like, oh no. Trapper Wolf and Blaze Blee are not good guys. Oh no. In my headcanon, they, had a party to go to. Yeah. You know what? They just really had to go because they were going to a party. Blaze, Blee, and Trapper, wingmans for life. There it is. Wingmans as in dating, and wingmans. This is perfect. It's Blaze, Blee, and Trapper Wolf. I don't know why I love this so much. Okay. Yeah. No, I love Blaze, Blee. That is amazing. So yeah, they get out, they pressurize, and that's basically it. Yeah. And that's pretty much the episode, and we're going to see it. So my theory for next episode is they're going to be going and we're going... Oh my gosh. They're going to be going and we're going to... No. We're going to see a Mandalorian regiment on that planet, and it's going to be Bo-Katan and possibly Sabine. Okay. I think that's all for the episode today. Thank you to everyone who's listening. If you're watching... thank you. Maybe subscribe, or leave a like, or comment on something, and comment if you like the name Blaze Blee, because Blaze Blee and Trapper Wolf, best squadron ever. If you are on Spotify or Apple Music or Google Podcast, I believe it's subscribing or following or I'm not sure. Whatever you need to do if you maybe just want to do whatever. I'll have to find what it is so I can actually say it. But if you'd like to follow us, hit the follow button. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next week for episode 3 breakdown and talks and theories. I'll see ya, and I think Blaze Blee is our new channel inside joke. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night? What am I talking? It's like 12. It's 12:17, Josh. Oh my god.